having a simulation computed, you can start to visualize results. There is two types of results to see: time series files and HDF files. We start with HDF files, are information that can be added to the map view. So for each model you can see some results. The most common one is related to the runoff HDF file. So to add this information to the map, if you double click, you add a grid file containing some results. By default, we have an option to display the water column results. The water column will be information for each grid. You can also add other information such as velocity, flow, and water level. You can change the layer name and set the coordinate projection system. Click on OK. It will be added as a new layer to the map, as you can see here. You can see a blue shadow in the screen because there is a default color coding that is showing in blue all the grids with zero information. So to change the color to be seen in a zero result, you can double click in the layer and change the minimal value. Like in this case, let me put 0.10 meter. So HDF files store results a long time. So using the time browser located at the left panel and at the bottom, you can scroll to the right and see the results a long time. If you want to add a legend for this layer, you can again double click in the layer and check the legend option. In the style, change the name for this legend, like water column. And to add this, click in the lower right button to expand the legend panel in the right. Let's see now a second type of HDF visualization. Going back to the Explorer tab, if you right click in the runoff HDF file, there is an option to see the vector map. So if you double click, it was opening the HDF map. So you have other options to see Lagrangian grid and vector visualization. So let's see now the vectors for flow results. This is a very interesting way to see how water flows in the surface. Next, you need to check the vector scale. So to adjust, you can move the time browser to see vectors results. You can see that it's very small, so double click in this layer, you can change its size. So there is an option to increase also the density of vectors. So let's see max size, multiplying it by 10. So it will automatically multiply by 10 the whole color scale, size scale. So now it's better. So if you move the time browser, we can understand the flow directions with a vectors map. Back to the Explorer tab, there is also 8DF files for the Stormwater module. So this is related to the network we have in this example. So if you have a 1D model, you can add color-coded maps for the network elements. So we have informations for nodes and for linear elements. Adding to start the percent full information for the conduits. Now we have a third results layer in the map. We can also decrease elements color and elements width for a better visualization. And of course, we can also add a new legend for the Stormwater network. Now jumping to the time series files. If you set up the time series report for elements, all the results will be added in this panel as a SRM file. So for each element you can plot a graph, starting with this element 01. It's an outflow element for the network. If you double click, you will have the options to load the time series report, adding the inflow results, and below we can add a name because these results will be added in a new tab, outflow results. So in this new tab you can set up the x-axis. In the x-axis type you can change the time and the time format. If you want to add a second graph in the same tab, you can go back to the Explorer tab and add another result, another time series result, and then choosing below the option to add to existing window.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.